Okay, guys, so we've got the Snaffling Pig Pork Crackling Company Pork Crackling. We're going to look at this today. We're going to look at if it's conducive for a ketogenic diet, if it tastes good, and if there's anything hidden in those ingredients. Stay tuned. Okay, guys, so we can see here, obviously, we've got the Snaffling Pig Company or Co. Pork Crackling. Perfectly salted. So it's plain flavor or salted flavor. Now, obviously, these are quite important to have a look at because of certain ratios in the ingredients and understanding, obviously how many you should eat, is it conducive and so on. Now, I mean, I'm going to crack into these. These look pretty good. Right, there's the bag. It's a lovely foil-lined quality bag. You know they're going to be super fresh. Right, let's get into them. Here we go. Look at that. I'll show it to you first before I eat it. I'm just getting too keen. Looks pretty interesting. Here we go. Not bad. Just jump in there again. So these are quite popular in the UK, and I know they're actually popular all over the world as well. Some places they puff them right up, so they're like just air, and you eat them, and the flavour is not as strong. These are coming across salty, very strong flavour. There seems to be some other flavour in there. I don't know if that's the packaging process or something mild that's affecting. That doesn't seem so natural. They're okay. They're straightforward. What we would usually call pork scratchings. They're a little bit lighter though, these ones, so probably why they call them pork crackling. And yeah, they're definitely tasty. The texture is the best part. It's lovely, it's crunchy, but it's not like a traditional pork scratching, which is super tough to bite. These are nice and a bit more aerated. They're nice and light and puffy. So pork, really kind of a puffed up pork scratching. I'm going to give it, say, flavor from 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10. They're plain kind of salt flavor mixed in with something as well. There's an undertone of something which is, it reminds me reminiscent of like something like plasticky. But overall, let me just bite into it again, see if it's all of them. No, actually, it's not. That was fine. Mm. Mm. That's a lot better. I'm going to put it up to 7.5. 7.5 out of 10. It's got a lovely flavor. It's got a nice aerated feel. It's not too tough as a pork scratching. It's lovely, nice salty, kind of like, fatty mixture. Now, 7.5 out of 10 for sure. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump off and do the ketone test. It's going to be 1 second for you guys, 2 or 3 hours for me. See you in a sec. So guys, the Snaffling Pig Company, not a problem. Seems that it's friendly to a ketogenic diet, and we went deeper into ketosis while snacking on it. So, all green lights, go ahead snacking with that. Also guys, if you want to buy it, links in the description. Also, thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks a lot guys. Now for the ingredients. Okay guys, so here's the packaging. You can see the Snaffling Pig Co. It's pork crackling and it's perfectly salted. Yes, it is quite nice. Everyone appreciates obviously salt. I can taste quite a lot of salt in that. Okay, Snaffling, the Snaffling Pig Co. At Snaffling Pig, we think if something is worth doing, it's worth doing pigging right. That's why we always set out to make the finest, most awesome flavored pork crackling imaginable. The result is in your hands right now. Delicious, perfectly salted, hence the name, double cooked nuggets with a lovely crunch that avoids the traditional hardness. We reckon they're a thing of beauty, so grab a drink and get snaffling. Let's make the pigging magic happen. And yes, you'll have to grab a drink because they are salty. Now, they know it as well. Obviously, they're using these new ways of aerating things to improve. They do it to cheese as well. And it makes the texture different. It's a new product. These are lighter, versions of pork scratchings for sure. You'd prefer these probably because they're a little bit less intense and they're lighter. Okay, guys, so here we have some more information on the ingredients. Salty pork crackling. Ingredients: pork rind, 95%. It's always good to see a high percentage of something natural, no matter what it is, and pork is fantastic for the ketogenic diet. Salt is the second ingredient, and I definitely know that. A hydrolyzed vegetable protein, dextrose, yeast extract, and may contain gluten and soya. Interesting there, we've got dextrose because obviously that's another name for glucose. So obviously there's a tiny bit there to help improve the flavor for a bit of sweetness, I guess. Now, looking there, again, it's telling you there may be some gluten or soya, so watch out for your allergies. Pretty much natural as you can get. There's not too much there to say, hey, this is something wrong with this. It's as natural as you can get. So yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, nutritional value. Typical analysis per 100 gram. So energy, it's 629 calories, and it's 2,613 kilojoules of energy. Quite high. Obviously, that's pretty much nearly 4.5 times the normal keto snack calories, but this is fat, so it doesn't matter that much as obviously if it's something else like carbohydrates. So it works perfectly for your energy. So here you have fat, 48.4 grams. That's a huge amount of fat. So obviously, don't forget this is per 100 grams. So all you do is you take 40% of the value. Okay, 48.4 grams. Of which saturates 18.4 grams. Not too much to worry there. Now the carbohydrates this is what we're really interested in. It's 0.2 grams. Now this is worrying because it says then of which sugar 0.5 grams. That's obviously a mistake. They've made a mistake. I think it's the other way around. It might have 5 grams of carbohydrate and 0.2 grams of which saturates, because it's impossible, because you can't have more sugars because sugars are carbohydrates. So that's erroneous, that figure there. So I reckon it's the other way around. Hopefully they'll correct that at some point, but it's very low, and it would be low because you can tell probably coming from the dextrose there. Now what you can see there is it's very low, and it's even lower because don't forget it's 40% of that. So even if you cut it down, you're talking about not even a 0.1 1 gram. No, if you flick it around, you're going down 20% of that is 0.1 gram. That's 20%. You're 40, so it's 0.2 grams in total. Probably, if that's correct, the 0.5 is actually what I suspect the carbohydrates, and 0.2 is the sugars swapped around by mistake. So 0.1 gram per bag of carbohydrates. The only way it gets better is if you have eggs and it's 0 carb. So because they give you a lot of nutrition as well. Okay, so look at that. Protein high, 47.8 grams. Fantastic. It's going to help with building muscle. Salt, 1.1 gram. That's quite excessive. So quite high for a snack. But not terrible, because you're looking at having a 6 gram daily allowance. So again, if you eat a normal ketogenic diet, the salt is good for the ketogenic diet because you need it for your electrolytes. That's obviously sodium chloride, and you need this in your diet. It's as simple as that. Why? Because you especially at the beginning, you start to pull out all the sodium via your urine. So the best way is to make sure you have potassium, especially sodium chloride as well for the sodium, and that is why you usually won't get a keto headache. And that's why I advocate as well taking vitamin mineral tablets as well as a vitamin C efficient sugar-free one, obviously. So okay guys, so back to me. It looks like a perfect snack for the ketogenic diet. Limit though, because that's plenty of salt, so obviously you don't want to have that too much. Any issues, or you're worried about blood pressure or anything like this, consult your doctor. Obviously he's going to know you, he's your family doctor, he'll know everything about you. He'll be able to say yes, that's excessive. You can even show them a diet and they'll say yes or no. So all steam ahead. Good snack, yes. I'd recommend having it maybe twice a week, no more. Again, because of the plenty of salt. But then again, that's down to own personal taste, and maybe even say, for example, you're quite athletic, or you're on you're quite a person who likes to do a lot of running, sweating. You'll need a lot more sodium. So simple as that. thumbs up please, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.